Did you know that over 60% of new Teachers Pay Teachers stores don't make any sales in their first 3 months? If you're watching this video today, then I want you to not make that mistake and completely sidestep it altogether. In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 surprising facts that will help you completely sidestep that so you can move forward in your TPT store and make daily sales before you hit that 3-month mark. Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm a 5th grade teacher who helps teachers just like you start and grow your own Teachers Pay Teachers store so you can have extra money to buy holiday gifts, go on that family vacation, and just not teach summer school, because who wants to do that? I know I don't. I haven't taught summer school in a very long time, and I know it's kind of mid-year right now if you're watching this in real time, and you might be thinking, who's even thinking about that? But I guarantee there's some teachers out there that already think about it and think about their summer vacation and how they want to reclaim it, and now's the time to do that. So in this video, I'm going to break down for you a few things that you can do right now to help your TPT store get off the ground, and these things might be surprising, but I'm going to demystify them right now. So one surprising thing that will happen when you start your Teachers Pay Teachers store is that your confidence is going to go up. And that's because you took the leap to start your store. And I know that's the hardest part. Honestly, I get DMs from people. I'll ask them questions like, what's holding you back? Why haven't you started your store yet? And it's usually a confidence thing, whether they're calling it confidence or not. They might not have the words for it, but they're just not sure of the next best steps. And once they figure out, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and put their store together, their confidence goes through the roof. The next thing that happens with your confidence is when you make your first sale, even if it's just $1, you will be over the moon that somebody believed in your product enough to click, put it in their cart, and buy it. And you will be hooked from there on making sales and creating more products in your store that help teachers. And I want to add that as a caveat. It's not all about the money. The teachers that I've worked with that have been really successful on Teachers Pay Teachers, whether they were inside of my course or did coaching with me, were starting their store with a serving heart instead of a money heart. I don't even know if that's a thing, I just said that, but meaning money heart. I don't know if that's what people call it. But if you're serving people and you really want to help teachers just like you with problems you've had in your own classroom and show how to do it, that is going to be so authentic, and the money will come to you from that. But if you're just out there for counting $100 bills, that's not going to be a good match for Teachers Pay Teachers. So really think about your why when you get started, and the extra money, of course, is a perk that'll come along with it, but it will come more quickly if you are coming at it from a serving mindset. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that is surprising that you will love is your hard work turns into making money on those resources that you worked so hard on. So let's say you've created a whole unit for 3rd grade writing, and it perfectly aligns with learning standards, and your students have shown so much growth, and you really spent a lot of time creating it week by week, tweaking it, making it better, testing it out in your own classroom. You could be sharing that with other teachers and helping them with their own writing time. That's just an example. There might be a lot of other things. Maybe you're a high school marketing teacher, shout out to my dad, and you have a whole unit on what it's like to start a small business, and you teach your students how to do that. Could you put that on Teachers Pay Teachers? Now that is a K through 12 platform. I recently had a college professor reach out to me and ask about putting their resources on there, but TPT currently is just for K through 12, and you could help so many kids and teachers with your lessons and showing off your hard work and showing how you use it in your classroom, and you're just really overthinking it. So one of the surprising benefits is that you will start making money and helping teachers at the same time. And it's the perfect marriage of what it's like to actually have a side hustle that is invigorating and also helpful. You will also be surprised when you start setting goals in your TPT store and how quickly you will start passing them. If we don't set goals, then we can never reach them. And something that I would encourage you to do every day with your TPT store is pick 1 or 2 things that you would like to achieve in a certain amount of time. So make it a SMART goal in 3 months, I will, and write it like it's already happened, or I am. And it could be a dollar amount that you'd like to make in your TPT store. It could be amount of teachers buying your products. I will sell 500 units of this product to help teachers with. But writing that every day primes your subconscious, gets you ready for what's to come and getting those tasks off your list. I know for me and my Teachers Pay Teachers store, the more systems I've put in place and the more goals that I've set, the more likely I am to achieve them. Because if, let's say I set a goal that I want to sell 50 of a new unit that I've written for this month, well, I know that I need to film content for that, make a YouTube video. That's something I do. I need to have a blog post written for each week. I need to have an email sent out to my list, so I'm talking about the product. I need to take pictures of how I'm using the product or video clips of how I'm using it to show. I need to have social media planned out. So those are all things that will help me reach those goals. And if I don't set the goal, then I can't check the tasks off my list because I'm going to feel frustrated. I won't know what the next steps are. I'm not putting things in the proper order. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I would love to learn how to do all of that, how do I do that in the right order? You can learn all of that inside of my self-paced TPT course, From Zero to Cha-Ching. I'll put the link below so you can check it out. Another surprising thing that will happen inside of your Teachers Pay Teachers store once you get started is that you will start having fun and really enjoying the process. If you can find a flow and a system, like I mentioned before, I teach you how to do that inside of my course, then you know, for example, you have a schedule and maybe every Tuesday is when you sit down to write your blog post for the week ahead. Maybe Wednesday's the email marketing day. Thursday might be a content day where you're making content for your product that you're promoting. Maybe the weekend is a time where you work on a new product and you set aside 1 to 2 hours. It doesn't have to be a full-time thing unless you want it to be. I've said this many times before, I'm a full-time teacher. I work on my TPT store 10 hours or less spread out throughout the week. And I've had even a video about how I schedule my week, so check that one out so you can steal my strategy for what that looks like for me in a more advanced seller setting. But if you're a newbie seller, setting a schedule will be a really great idea because you need to really focus your attention on one thing at a time. I tell my coaching clients this all the time. Keep the main thing the main thing. It's a Stephen Covey quote from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So I did not come up with that. And he talks about that a lot in his book. But really, when we start getting our mind on too many things, we get that squirrel mentality or shiny object syndrome, sometimes it's called. We are divided all over the place. So if you're working on one product, focus on that one product, completely finish it, then work on the thumbnails, then the cover, then the preview, then the description, and then actually posting the product. From there, you can make the Pinterest pins, and then you can make the content that goes along with the product, write the email, social media post after that. I have systems for that inside of From Zero to Cha-Ching. If you want all of my templates and steal all of my strategies, they're inside of that course. The last surprising thing that will happen inside of your TPT store if you take the leap of faith in yourself and really believe is you follow a plan and then you get the real results. I've kind of peppered that in because I'm really big on planning. As a teacher, I have to have a plan. I can't come to school and just not know what I'm doing for the day. And the same thing is for your TPT store. When you sit down to actually get some work done in your store, knowing what you're going to work on, like I mentioned before, having a day set aside for everything so your brain can focus on that one thing. Or if you have to work in a bigger chunk of time, let's say you only have 2 days a week that you could work on your store, then knowing how much time you have, start timing yourself and see how long things take you so that you can plan accordingly in your store for the future. It's so important to know, okay, it's going to take me 2 hours to get this product finished. I have an hour, so what could I do instead? Maybe it's writing the blog post, maybe it's getting the thumbnails and the preview and the cover created, but having systems and strategies is going to be your best friend in this entire process of growing your TPT store. I hope this helped you get an inside look on some surprising things that will happen when you start your Teachers Pay Teachers store. And just know that I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. And I have a few solutions for you inside of your store. If you haven't started yet, or if you're not quite making the sales that you want, From Zero to Cha-Ching is going to be your one-stop shop for everything. If you don't have a Pinterest strategy, a blog strategy, social media, if you don't have templates for your previews, your cover, all of that, the course is where you're going to find all of that. And the lessons are quick, easy to follow, and stress-free. If you already have a store and you're making hundreds of dollars a month, but you're looking to make more and you want to get to the thousands, then that's where one-to-one coaching would really come in handy. I take on a few clients every few months. You could reach out to me for the application process for that below. Go ahead and send me a DM over on Instagram if you're interested in that. It's something I prefer to talk to people about a little bit more to see if we're a good fit for each other and work with you in that capacity. I love getting to know people inside of their store, helping them with the back end things like blogging and their email list and just reaching higher level goals. I've done this with quite a few students, and recently I've had a few success stories with Shannon, who's been working so hard on her TPT store. I talk about her a lot, but she recently went back to working full time and she's trying to figure out everything inside of her store as well as balancing making those daily sales. I hope you found this video helpful. Reach out to me on Instagram. Check out the link below if you're ready for the course, and I will see you next week.